So I'm gotta say I'm not really surprised at their trailer. I am actually really appreciating this trailer. What is up? It is Weekend Gamer here, 95, and today we're gonna be talking about the review trailer. And pretty much E3 was a big thing this year, so they introduced the Xbox Scorpion, of course, which I'm showing right here. I'm not gonna put the audio in because it's copyrighted and I don't want copyright. So they showed a bunch of new games at E3 yesterday. Pretty late. I was trying to figure out why it was so late, but eventually it did come on stream. So they showed pretty much Sea of Thieves, Super Lucky Tail, Forza 7, the Xbox One console, Assassin's Creed Origins, Metro Exodus, Anthem, and they also talked about how the Scorpion was going to be completely compatible about 360 titles. It's not only going to be compatible, but it's also going to support your controllers and anything you plug into your Xbox One if you get the Xbox Scorpion. It's priced at $499 and 4K true, fast console, faster than anything you can find right now for a console, as well as being the same exact price for Xbox One. Now, take in mind PS4 is a lot cheaper, but you're not getting as much into it. Which really, it's not bad if you're paying the same exact price you would pay for an Xbox One at launch. However, you're getting more, so who's complaining, right? It also includes VR, which was not announced at E3, which is a big surprise, but VR is titled to be compatible with the Scorpion. They didn't show it at E3, but from what Phil Spencer said in past events, that it will support VR. Where is it? I have no clue. But it's compatible, and maybe more will be announced later. As far as games, everything looks pretty much what I would have expected, if not even more than what you probably would get out of anything else. Except for PC, because let's face it, PC's pretty overpowered than any console. But Xbox Scorpion does kind of come close. I talked about it in the past, but it features a new liquid cooling in the console. Now, some people may not be agreeing to that. Considering how powerful the console really is, the chip will run hot. It will run hot. 6 teraflops of GPU power. Its CPU is everything in the console is going to run hot. So what they did is they put liquid cooling in. So really you don't need to worry about covering up your vents and your console overheating. It's really interesting because this is the first ever liquid cooling console. Now some people, again, they might not agree with it because sometimes liquid cooling doesn't, it leaks. But for some people who want the power, I guess you can buy it, but I don't know how like liquid cooling works. I don't really know how that works as far as component wise, really. So I'm kind of interested in what it will, how that's gonna work because I never really owned anything that had liquid cooling. Although there are some PCs who do liquid cooling, but you would always have an option of using liquid, a fan, or, some people like the fan because they don't have to worry about liquid leaking, but it's really interesting how they're doing that now. Make sure you get a warranty because if it does leak, you're going to have a major problem. You really are going to have a major problem. That's going to be quite a disappointment if anyone gets a leaking console. Yeah, but PCs have leaked. PCs always had cooling fans, and who knows, Scorpion might actually try to give an option of either a fan or liquid cooling, but I don't think that's gonna be too. Don't get your hopes up. Reason why they did that is to save space in the console so they can make it smaller, which from a marketing standpoint that's the best way to do it. But again, if they get leaking issues, then it would be a major problem. But getting off the negativity of that, because not everybody's console is gonna, pretty much leak. I'm pretty sure they got this handled and they know exactly what they're doing. But a side note from that, it would be really nice to to see how this works, how games will develop from this. They already released the dev kit, which is basically way more powerful than the Scorpion, and that's simply to give developers more ease on making their games. So it's really nice that they're putting this out here and they're actually giving to the developers what they actually need to develop their games quicker, because in the developer console, the dev kit Xbox One X, I shouldn't be calling it Scorpion, they actually made it a lot more easier for the developers. I'll put a link in the description, and I really can't explain it, but if you watch the video, you'll understand it. But it's really nice to see where games will go from here, and in terms of VR, we don't know really too much about that yet because it wasn't announced at E3, surprisingly. Maybe in the future, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Give a like on this video if you like this, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do Scorpion news. I don't really do it that much, but every major update that comes and every time we get a new console, I'll make sure to cover that for you. This is Weekend Gamer 95. I will see you guys in the next video.